Alright guys, so while we take a break on a few of the heavy fab, let's get back down to the sheet metal fab. So right now, you can see this ain't gonna prevent gas from coming out, and if you hold it up to the light, yeah, see all those pinholes in there? Yeah, I gotta close all those up. But I'm also gotta get this prepped for the, let me get that, right here. This bad boy. Now I'll link this down in the description where I found this. I think it's the beginning of another episode. So this is from Exile Cycles. What this is, so this way I can actually plant my, make a big noise, plant my fuel pump upside down. So you can see right here were some of the original tabs for my first fuel pump that came with it, where my cluster will be on top here with the bib running down. My fuel pump will be underneath, pushing gas to the petcock. And since I sealed that away, I need a whole new bracketry, which thankfully these guys, Exile Cycle still makes them. They're like really good quality high carbon steel. So I just gotta figure out what side do I want to put it on. I'm thinking probably something like that. I just gotta get the fuel pump for this. They even describe what type of fuel pump you need for this type of bracketry, and whether I should just plate this all in and then just trace out where I want this to be, because you gotta keep in mind this is sitting on a really aggressive angle. So where normally you'll sit like that, I need to make sure the fuel pump is far enough in the back that I can reach over and connect it to my petcock. So I'm gonna trace out the metal to fill in, and I can probably just tack it into place here and here and see how that looks and how that will work. And luckily I got a whole new blank of sheet metal here for that. So I'm gonna make some templates for this side and this side. This is gonna be A and B. And just, like I said, just try fitting it up in there, see how it looks. Luckily it has a nice recess, so I can actually kind of just drop it down. And I'll probably only need just a tack into here and here, just to keep it stable. And then figure out how the fuel sending bracket is and where that's going to sit. Alright, so let's get some cardboard and start shooting out some templates. Almost there. Just gotta go back on the bench grinder and clean up, trim it a little bit fat. Be right back. Okay, get my gloves back on. Set there a little bit of fiddling and some grinding. And I left it a little bit fat in some places. So this is what we got here. You can see I still have some of my Sharpie line. So it's still fat. It runs right alongside the tunnel up here. Grab my magnets. Bada bang, bada boom. One more magnet for good measure. There we go. So, straighten it out. So this is what it's going to look like when I tack it all into place. So I just run a bead there, and a bead there. Like, just stitch it. 4 different spots. Because I'm pretty sure I want to leave this side covered and have my gas line run over to this side. Because this side is just going to be a little easier to kind of trim out. Because if I can just notch out a corner for the plate, I think that'll be a lot easier. Or I might just make an oval and lay the plate flat on it and weld along the side here. And just make sure this is gas tight. I think that might be what I do. So the plate will sit just a little bit proud of the tank, which I'm alright with. because trying to get it perfect flush, and not to mention you gotta take into consideration how tall the fuel pump will be. And since I want it further back, making sure there's enough clearance back up here, so I just gotta measure it and find where the lowest setting I can have it, and then from there I can run my sight gauge just in front of the gas tank. So when the gas depletes from the gauge, I know I'm just this last quarter of a tank. That means that'll be okay, pull over, fill her up. So I'm gonna try making one more template, and I couldn't actually get my hand in that gap to make that template. So all I did was measure from the widest point and how long, just make a big rectangle, and I just ground it to fit. So we're gonna make another measurement, go back to sheet metal, cut out another plate, and fit that up. And again, test it with the magnets and see how I like it. And then again, I'll probably just do some stitch welds. Anyway, done talking too much. Let's get to cutting, shall we?